I've lived out here on my family's land for most of my life. A wide stretch of fenced pasture, a big red barn that creaks in the wind, and a one-story house with chipped paint and a porch swing that's seen better days that's home. The town's grown a bit over the years, but most people still know who's who, or at least they used to. Things started getting weird when a new development popped up just down the road. Neat rows of cookie-cutter houses, all beige with matching shutters and identical mailboxes. At first, I didn't think much of it. Let them have their little neighborhood. But then she showed up. Her name was Donna, blonde bob, designer sunglasses, and a clipboard that seemed surgically attached to her hand. She introduced herself as the president of the Willow Creek HOA, which I had no affiliation with. Mind you, first time we met, she walked right up my driveway like she owned the place, squinting at my no trespassing sign as if it offended her personally. "You must be Tom," she said, not asking, just assuming. "We're organizing a community cleanup next weekend and could really use your land for staging." I blinked. My land. Oh yes. She smiled, like it was already settled. "The open space behind your barn. It's just sitting there." That was the first red flag. I told her plainly, my property wasn't part of her development, and definitely not subject to her HOA. She acted surprised, like I'd just told her water wasn't wet. "Oh, that must be a paperwork error. We'll get it fixed," she chirped. I laughed, not kindly. "You can't just claim someone else's land. Donna." But she waved me off with a tight grin and strutted back to her SUV. That should have been the end of it. But Donna wasn't done. A few weeks later, I woke up to the sound of engines and voices, dozens of them. I stepped out onto my porch, coffee in hand, and what I saw made me stop cold. My pasture was crawling with people. Tents were going up like it was some kind of music festival. Kids were running around with glow sticks. Someone had started a bonfire near my tool shed. And the back fence, my fence was knocked over, replaced with a crooked row of folding chairs and tiki torches. I marched down the dirt path, heart pounding. A guy in cargo shorts handed me a beer and said, "Donna really came through. Huh." I found her at the center of it all, standing on a folding table like a queen addressing her court. "What the hell is this?" I asked. She turned, all innocent. "Tom, you made it. Isn't it wonderful? The Willow Creek Spring Retreat." I stared at her. "On my land." "Oh, don't be like that," she said, laughing like we were old friends. "It's one night. The community needed this." She waved a hand. "What's the harm?" I could have yelled, could have called the cops right then, but something in her smug little smirk made me stop. Instead, I smiled. "You're right, Donna. No harm. Stay as long as you like." She narrowed her eyes. "Really?" I nodded. "Absolutely. Just make sure everyone's up early." She bought it. That night, I watched from my porch as the party raged on. People stumbling around drunk, beer cans flying. Someone actually peed on my barn door. And through it all, Donna was there, holding court like a monarch. But what she didn't know, what none of them knew, was that they'd set up camp in the southern field. And that field belonged to my bulls. At sunrise, I pulled on my boots and made my way to the barn. The mist was thick. curling low across the pasture. The bulls were restless, huffing and stomping in their pen. I unlatched the gate and stepped back. Red, my biggest, was the first at his shoulders, broad enough to cast a shadow twice his size. The others followed, hooves pounding like thunder as they charged into the fog. It didn't take long. The first scream came from a guy stumbling out of his tent, rubbing his eyes. Then chaos. Tents collapsed. People ran in every direction. Coolers flew. A portable toilet tipped over with someone still inside it. Donna came flying out of her deluxe tent in a silk robe and mismatched slippers, shrieking like she'd seen the devil himself. Tom, what is this? I strolled over, coffee in hand. Morning. Donna, hope you slept well. Are you insane? There are bulls everywhere. I took a sip. Yup, they're grazing. You did this on purpose, she screamed. You endangered people. I said. You didn't seem too worried about danger when they were lighting fires next to my barn and tearing down my fence. Her face turned a blotchy red. This is illegal. I'm calling the HOA board. I raised an eyebrow. Still think you've got jurisdiction out here that shut her up. The last few campers were throwing their stuff into cars, tires spinning as they peeled out. Donna stood there, breathing heavy, mascara running down her face. And then, as if summoned, a sheriff's truck pulled up in a cloud of dust. Out stepped Sheriff Cole, a man I've known since we were kids. Donna ran up to him, sobbing about wild animals and unlawful behavior. He held up a hand. Ma'am, I've got a trespassing complaint filed last night by Mr. Landon here. She froze. Trespassing. But this land belongs to him, Cole said, holding up paperwork. County records are clear. He walked past her, surveying the damaged broken fence posts, scattered trash, the scorched grass near the fire pit, not to mention property damage, unauthorized event hosting. And word is, you charged an entry fee, Donna stammered. Just a few donations, $50 a head. I cut in, holding up my phone with a screenshot of her post. Cole whistled. Looks like fraud, trespassing, and unlicensed event planning. Her mouth flapped like a fish out of water. Let's make this easy, he said. You pay for all damages and stay off this land permanently, or I press charges. Silence. Then Donna finally nodded. Teeth clenched so tight I thought she might shatter them. As she stomped back to her car, she turned one last time, eyes burning. You'll regret this. I tipped my coffee mug. I doubt it. By noon, the field was empty, just tire tracks, broken lawn chairs, and a whole lot of silence. The next morning, I posted one line on their HOA page. Next time you plan a retreat, make sure your tent is bulletproof. I don't think I'll be hearing from Donna again.